Hi, Wilbon. What is your reaction to the lawsuit Brian Flores filed against the NFL today?
Tony, my first reaction, less than 2 hours ago when I heard about this, it went straight to Colin Kaepernick. It went straight to Brian Flores. God bless him for doing this. It takes courage. This takes sacrifice. Flores is not some dummy. He knows that if he goes up against the NFL legally with a class action suit, all right? I mean, the NFL, we've seen how evil the NFL can be. This basically takes him out of play for being an NFL coach, like it took Colin Kaepernick out of play for being an NFL quarterback. And the first day that happened, I told you, Colin Kaepernick will never play in this league again. And he hasn't. And that's been, what was that, 2016 or early 17? Now, Tony, we have Flores doing this. I mean, it brings up so many issues. First of all, a class action suit can bring an industry to its knees. And that includes the NFL. Don't know if it will, and we have plenty of time to examine that. But are we really having to go to the mat on the issue of black coaches in the NFL all these years later? We're still doing this? You pointed out to me recently, we were having a phone conversation. You said, wait a minute, there's one black coach in the league. I hadn't thought about it then. Pittsburgh Steelers coach, Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin.
And so we're still dealing with this? Really?
So to me, the bell just went off. I'm going to just talk for a while after the bell. To me, there seems to be a conflict here between two very obvious issues of fairness. One is if you are a business owner, I think it's fair for you to be allowed to hire who you want to hire for a specific job that you have. I think that's fair. By the same token, I am watching a group of people being systematically disenfranchised out of these jobs. And it is fair to hire these people, and they don't seem to be able to get hired. Black coaches in the NFL, few and far between, and don't get as long a run, it seems to me, as white coaches. These are essential issues of fairness that need to be resolved. I didn't think it would have to go to court. I've always been more optimistic than you about fairness issues. But obviously, it is now in court, and the NFL is going to have to prove that its practices are fair, and none of us think the practices are fair because an entire swath of people are not getting these jobs, and they should.
You know what the NFL really, really doesn't want, Tony? We talk about different times when there could be lawsuits brought against the NFL, certain things are settled. You know what the NFL really doesn't want in this circumstance as much as any has come up against? Discovery. Because when you start examining emails and letters and texts and conversations that might have been deemed private conversations that are no longer that, discovery, it's going to bring about a whole lot of information people might not want to hear.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.